A fine day in Hobbiton. What a beautiful day. I think I'm going to get my pipe. What a fine day for smoke rings. I surely do love doing this on such a fine day. A visitor, I wonder who this might be. Good morning. If you have a pipe about you, sit down and have a fill of mine. There's no hurry. We have all the day before us.
Very pretty, but I have no time for smoke rings this morning. I am looking for someone to share in an adventure that I am arranging, and it is very difficult to find anyone.
Sorry, we don't want any adventures here, thank you. But what is your name?
I am Gandalf.
All right, Gandalf. You might come to tea any time you'd like.
Very well. I will see you tomorrow for tea.
Whatever did I ask him to tea for? Must be Gandalf. Dwallin, at your service. Bilbo Baggins at yours. There's a table in that room there. You may be seated in there. A fine house indeed. I wonder who this dwarf is. Excuse me.
It appears they've begun to arrive already. Ballin, at your service.
Thank you. Come along in and have some tea.
A little beer would suit me, if it's all the same to you, my good sir. And some cake. Seed cake, if you have any.
Lots.
Greetings, brother. Old Smaug stole and plundered our gold, and we must get it back.
But we must first slay Smaug.
Gandalf for certain this time.
Filly, at your service. And Killy.
At yours and your families.
Ballin and Dwallin here already, I see. Well, let us join the throng. Greetings, old friends.
Greetings.
How should we defeat Smaug?
Like this.
Dory, at your service.
Nori, at your service.
Ori, at your service. Gloin, at your service. Oin, at your service. Now this is becoming a throng.
Knocking at my door with a stick.
Carefully, carefully. It's not like you, Bilbo, to leave friends waiting on the mat and then open the door like a pop gun. Allow me to introduce Biffer, Boffer, Bomber, and the leader of our company, Thorin Oakenshield.
I'm so sorry, Thorin. I'm so sorry this had to happen to you all. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Pray don't mention it. Now we are all here.
More bread here, please, Mr. Baggins.
And more ham. And more potatoes. Put on some tea.
Confusticate and be bother these dwarfs. Why don't they come lend a hand? I wonder who they are and where they even came from. Here's your tea, Gloin.
But you get your fist when you do that! Here you go!
Quiet down a little.
This is most excellent food, Mr. Baggins. Pork pie seasoned perfectly, and terrific salad.
This little biscuit is all I can manage to get in all this dwarvish racket. I suppose you will all stay to supper.
Of course. And after, we shan't get through the business till late. All right, clear up. Take the dishes off the table. Tip the table, just roll them off.
Please be careful. Please be careful. Don't worry, I can manage.
Chip the glasses and crack the plates, blunt the knives and bend the forks. That's what Bilbo Baggins hates. Smash the bottles and burn the corks.
Oh, that's getting a bit too
Cut the cloth and tread on the fat. Pour the milk on the pantry floor. Leave the bones on the bedroom mat. Splash the wine on every door.
You're going to splash my wine?
Dump the crocks in a boiling bowl. Pound them up with a thumping pole. And when you've finished, if any are whole, send them down the hole to roll.
That's what Bilbo Baggins hates. So carefully with the plate.
Who are these dwarves and what do they want in Hobbiton?
They have come for tea, and for counsel, and for you, Burglar Baggins. And now for some music.
Far over the misty mountains cold, to dungeons deep and caverns old, the pines were roaring on the height, the winds were moaning in the night, the fire was red, it flaming spread, the trees like torches blazed with light.
Let's have a little light on this. Long ago, in my grandfather Thror's time, our family was driven out of the far north and came back with all their wealth and their tools to this mountain on the map. It had been discovered by my far ancestor, Thrain the Old, but now they mined and they tunneled and they made huger halls and greater workshops. And in addition, I believe they found a good deal of gold and a great many jewels too. Anyway, they grew immensely rich and famous, and my grandfather was king under the mountain again, and treated with great reverence by the mortal men who lived to the south, and were gradually spreading up the running river as far as the valley overshadowed by the mountain. Soon my grandfather's halls became full of armor and jewels and carvings and cups, and the toy market of Dale was the wonder of the north. Undoubtedly that was what brought the dragon. Dragons steal gold and jewels, you know, from men and elves and dwarves, wherever they can find them, and they guard their plunder as long as they live, which is practically forever unless they are killed, and never enjoy a brass ring of it. There was a most especially greedy, strong, and wicked worm called Smog. One day he flew up into the air and came south. The first we heard of it was a noise like a hurricane coming from the north, and the pine trees on the mountain creaking and cracking in the wind. Some of the dwarfs who happened to be outside, I was one luckily, a fine adventurous lad in those days, always wandering about, and it saved my life that day. Well, from a good way off we saw the dragon settle on our mountain in a spout of flame. The few of us that were well outside sat and wept in hiding, and cursed Smog. And there we were unexpectedly joined by my father and my grandfather with singed beards. They looked very grim, but they said very little. When I asked how they had got away, they told me to hold my tongue and said that one day in the proper time I should know. After that we went away, and we have had to earn our livings as best we could up and down the lands, often enough sinking as low as blacksmith work or even coal mining. But we have never forgotten our stolen treasure, and even now, when I will allow we have a good bit laid by, and are not so badly off, we still mean to get it back, and to bring our curses home to Smog, if we can.
Is this the adventure you've planned for me?
Yes.
Struck by lightning! Struck by lightning! Struck by lightning! Struck by lightning!
Will he do? Will he do?
If Gandalf hadn't scratched a mark on his door, I would have been certain he was the wrong person.
Well, I've changed my mind. I am going on this adventure after all. But I do think it's time to get some rest.
Yes, we'll need it for our long journey tomorrow.
What a long day.
Far over the misty mountains cold, to dungeons deep and caverns old.
Ugh, a fair morning. Thank goodness those dwarves are gone. I think I'll have some eggs.
Hurry, Bilbo. We've all been waiting.
Who?
Haven't you seen the note on the mantelpiece?
No, I haven't.
Hurry along now.
All right, Gandalf. Wait! Wait! I think I forgot my pocket handkerchief. I wonder where that Bilbo Baggins is off to.
You arrived just in time. Any longer and we would have left without you.
I wonder what this is all about.
We are about to set off on a dangerous journey, one that might cost us our lives.
Goodbye to the Shire and Bag End. Goodbye to the woods and the fields. Little rivers. Don't worry, Mr. Baggins. When you come back, you'll be laden with treasure. That's if I come back.
So begins our quest for Erebor.
What a storm.
What shall we do? Our ponies ran off, Gandalf left again, Gloin and I can't get a fire started, and we have no food. Look over there! I see something in the distance.
My stomach's gnawing at me. I think we should go. I don't think so. These parts aren't well known. It could be dangerous.
Well, we have to go and have a look-see. Wait, we do have a burglar with us. Mr. Baggins, you must go find out who's over there.
But...
No buts. You must do it for all our sakes.
Very well, Thorin.
Mutton yesterday, mutton today, and blimey if it don't look like mutton again tomorrow.
Never a blinking bit of man flesh have we had for long enough.
Shut your mouth!
You can't expect a village just to come by for you to eat.
You've ate a village and a half between you since we came down from the mountains. How much more do you want?
I can't go back to Thorin empty-handed.
Who are you?
Put me down, put me down!
Blimey, Bert, look what I caught! What is it? I don't know.
Bilbo Baggins, a bird, a hobbit.
A burrow hobbit? What's a burrow hobbit got to do with my pocket anyways? Perhaps they're more like him roundabout. We might make a pie. Are there any more of your sort sneaking around these woods, you nasty little rabbit?
Yes, lots. No, not one. None at all.
What do you mean?
What I say. And please don't cook me, kind sirs. I'm a good cook myself, and I cook better than I cook, if you see what I mean. I'll cook beautifully for you, a perfectly beautiful breakfast for you, if only you won't have me for supper.
Poor little blighter, let him go.
Not till he says what he means by none at all and lots. I put them in sacks.
No good roasting 'em now. It'd take all night.
Don't start the argument all over, Bill, or it will take all night.
Who's arguing?
You are.
You're a liar.
No good boiling 'em.
We ain't got no water, and it's a long way to the well and all.
Shut up! I will never have done.
You're a booby.
Booby yourself.
Dawn take you all, and be stoned to you.
Oh, how did the dawn come so soon? I think we're turning into stone.
Excellent. You are out of your sacks.
Over here! Look what I found!
Excellent work, Mr. Baggins. Look at those swords.
A fine sword.
Thank you, Mr. Baggins, for finding this cave. Gandalf and I each found swords also. Now we must go to Rivendell to seek the Council of Elrond. What? Those betrayers of our forefathers since the First Age? We are friends. Trust me. Very well. There is Rivendell.
Where is Elrond?
He is at council with some dwarves.
Well, Gandalf, the runes name this sword Glamdring, the foe hammer. And the runes name this sword, Thorin, Orcrist, the goblin cleaver. Now let me see your map.
I have it here.
Ah, there are moon letters here. What are moon letters?
Moon letters are rune letters, but you can only see them when the moon shines behind them. These read, "Stand by the grey stone when the thrush knocks, and the last light of Durin's day will shine upon the keyhole." This is all the help I can give you, but now I must say, proceed with your journey and good luck on your quest.
Thank you. We'll cross directly over these mountains. Let us hope, though, that it will not be stormy when we get up there, for I hear the weather on these mountains can be extremely violent. What road shall we take after we cross the mountains? The eastern road that leads through Mirkwood.
That's a dark, bad place.
Bilbo, do you miss your home?
Yes, Gandalf.
Don't worry. You'll see it again. Let's hurry. I think a storm is coming. We have to go somewhere else. Well, if you can think of anywhere better, take us there. That was a close one. I see a cave. Hurry! Good job getting a fire started, Oin and Gloin. Well, I think it's time we all got some rest.
I certainly miss my Hobbit hole, especially at times like this. Where has Gandalf got to? Doors, wake up! Help!
Wake up! Dwarves! Wake up!
Get it!
are these miserable persons?
Thorin the dwarf, at your service.
Might I ask what you were doing up in the mountains? Let's have the truth, or I will prepare something particularly uncomfortable for you.
We were on a journey to visit our relatives, our nephews and nieces, and first, second, and third cousins. He is a liar! Also, he has not explained this! The sword, Orcrist!
Murderers and elf friends! Slash them, beat them, bite them, gnash them, take them away to dark holes full of snakes and never let them see the light again!
Stop! Follow me, quick!
Hurry, everyone! Across the bridge! Hurry, Thorn, the goblins are coming!
Everybody hang on. We can make it.
Oh, my head. I wonder where the dwarves got to. Oh, no. I'll just crawl around until I find them. Can't see anything in this light. A ring. I'll take it as a souvenir to show the folks back home.
What's this? A tasty morsel to make us precious.
Who are you?
What is he, my precious?
I am Bilbo Baggins, and I have lost the dwarves.
What's he got in his hands?
A sword blade.
Perhaps we sit here and chat with it a bitsy, my precious. It likes riddles? Perhaps it does it?
Very well. You ask first.
What has roots as nobody sees, is taller than trees, up it goes, and yet never grows?
Easy. Mountains, I suppose.
If we asks it and it doesn't answer, then we eats it, precious. But if it asks us and we doesn't answer, then we shows it the way out.
All right. 30 white horses on a red hill. First they champ, then they stamp, then they stand still.
Teeth, precious! Voiceless it cries, wingless flutters, toothless bites, mouthless mutters.
Have a moment! Wind, of course.
It's got to ask us a question, my precious. Just one more question to guess. Yes. Ask us.
What have I got in my pocket?
Knife!
Wrong. Last guess. Come on. Time's up.
String or nothing!
Both wrong. Well, what about your promise? I want to go. You must show me the way.
Wait, yes it must. We must go and get something first.
Well, hurry up.
My birthday present. Lost! My precious is lost!
I'll put the ring on. The ring makes you invisible. I must follow that creature with my fate. There is the gate. I must get past that creature. I'm finally free from that wretched cave. Now I must find the dwarves. There they are. I'll give them all a surprise.
After all, he is my friend, and not a bad little chap. I feel responsible for him. I wish to goodness you had not lost him. Whatever did you want to go and drop him for, Dory?
You would have dropped him if a goblin had suddenly grabbed your legs from behind in the dark, tripped up your feet, and kicked you in the back.
Then why didn't you pick him up again?
Good heavens, can you ask? Goblins fighting and biting in the dark, everybody falling over bodies and hitting one another. You nearly chopped off my head with Glamdring, and Thorin was stabbing here, there, and everywhere with Orcrist. All of a sudden, you gave one of your blinding flashes, and we saw the goblins running back, yelping. You shouted, "Follow me, everybody," and everybody ought to have followed. We thought everybody had. There was no time to count, as you know quite well, till we had dashed through the gate guards, out of the lower door, and helter-skelter down here. And here we are, without the burglar. Confusticate him.
And here's the burglar.
How did that happen?
Oh, just crept along, you know, very carefully and quietly.
Well, it is the first time that even a mouse has crept along carefully and quietly under my very nose and not been spotted, and I take my hood off to you. Ballin, at your service.
Your servant, Mr. Baggins.
Tell us about your adventures.
I will, but not now. We must be getting on.
You're right, my dear lad. Did you hear that? Quickly, get to those trees! You've left the burglar behind again!
Bilbo! Great job!
Can't quite make it. Made it.
Set the trees on fire, burn
The trees are burning! The trees collapsing! Ah! Thank you, Lord of the Eagles, for your gallant rescue.
We have not forgotten your kindness of old, and have come to repay it.
You have brought us to the edge of Mirkwood Forest. This is where our path leads next.
Now, farewell wherever you fare.
Here is Mirkwood. I am afraid I must leave you now.
No, don't leave!
I am afraid I must. I have pressing business away south. Farewell, and whatever you do not leave the path. Let us be alert and careful with our supplies, for we don't know how long we will be in this gloomy forest.
Is there no end to this accursed forest? We've been walking for ages, and our food supply is low.
Do you hear that? I think it's the stream Beorn described.
Let us head in that direction.
Ever since Bomber fell in that stream, he hasn't woken up.
It must have been an enchanted stream. We'll have to carry him until he does wake up. I wish he didn't eat so much. Does this forest ever end?
My stomach's growling.
We're running low on supplies.
Bomber's waking up. I was having such beautiful dreams. I was walking on a forest rather like this one, only lit with torches on the trees, and lamps swinging from the branches, and fires burning on the ground. And there was a great feast going on. Forever, a woodland king was there with a crown of leaves. And there was a merry singing, and I could not count or describe the things that were there to eat and drink.
You need not try. In fact, if you can't talk about something else, you had better be silent. We are quite annoyed enough with you as it is. If you hadn't wakened up, we would have left you to your idiotic dreams in the forest. You are no joke to carry even after weeks of short commons.
My legs can't carry me. I want to lie down and sleep.
No, you don't.
Let your legs take the share. We've carried you enough. Oh, all right. Just wish I could sleep and go back to my dream.
I think I see some light over there.
Me too. Hurry. Tra-la-la-lee, in the forest. Tra-la-la-lee, this feast. Tra-la-la-lee, a merry gathering. Tra-la-la-lee, tra-la-la-lee. Nori!
Ballin, where are you? Bolfer!
Since I can't find the dwarves, I might as well rest here for a while. What is this? I shall give you a name, and I shall call you Sting. Where might they be? Oh, why do we not remember Gandalf's advice? What a mess we are in now. I only wish it was we. It is so horrible being all alone. I think that's Bomber.
Oh, the most finest thing when they've hung a bit. Kill him, Elsa! Kill him now and hang him dead for a while. I'll soon put an end to that.
Don't eat me!
Got it with a stone. But now I must lure them all away from my friends. Old fat spider spinning in a tree. Old fat spider can't see me. Attercop, won't you stop? Stop your spinning and look for me.
Follow that noise.
Now you are all out of your webs. I lured the spiders away for a while, but they'll be back soon. So run to the Woodlope's clearing. I will do the stinging.
Retreat! We are no match for Sting!
Let's have a look around and try and find our way back to the road. Thank you, Master Baggins, for preserving our lives. Where's Thorn?
You're right, he's not here. Why did you and your folks 3 times try to attack my people at their merrymaking?
We did not attack them. We came in to beg, because we were starving.
Where are your friends now, and what are they doing?
I don't know, but I expect starving in the forest.
What were you doing in the forest?
Looking for food and drink, because we were starving.
But what brought you into the forest at all? Very well. Take him away. Keep him safe until he feels inclined to tell the truth, even if he waits 100 years.
We must all search for Thorin.
come with us.
I wonder where they're taking us. I don't know, but I suspect we'll free ourselves somehow.
I must follow them to free them from this wretched mess. Thankfully, I have a magic ring. There is no escape from my magic doors for those who are once brought inside.
What have we done, O king? Is it a crime to be lost in the forest? To be hungry and thirsty? To be trapped by spiders? Are the spiders your tame beast or your pets, if killing them makes you so angry?
It is a crime to wander in my realm without leave. Do you forget that you were in my kingdom, using the road that my people made? Did you not 3 times pursue and trouble my people in the forest, and rouse the spiders with your riot and clamor? After all the disturbance you have made, I have a right to know what brings you here, and if you will not tell me now, I will keep you all in prison until you have learned some sense and manners. Put them in prison. Get in there. I know that the elves go hunting sometimes. Oh, if only I can free my companions. I'm like a burglar that can't get away, but must go on miserably, burgling the same house day after day. This is the dreariest and dullest part of all this wretched, tiresome, uncomfortable adventure. I wish I was back in my own hobbit hole, by my own warm fireside with the lamp shining. I'm here.
Mr. Baggins, is that you?
Yes, it is me. I followed you into the cave. I'm also going to search for Thorin. He might be here. Thorin!
Mr. Baggins.
Shh! I don't want the elves to hear. The other doors are in this very cave. I shall tell them you are here. I shall also free you somehow.
Please do these things.
I will, Thorin. Now come with me, and taste the new wine has just come in. I shall be hard at work tonight, clearing the cellars of the empty wood. So let us have a drink first, to help the labor.
Very good. I'll taste with you, and see if it is fit for the king's table. There is a feast tonight, and it would not do to send up poor stuff.
Those elves sure enjoy their wine. Maybe once they have drunk freely, I can sneak in and take the keys from Gallian, once they become drowsy. I must get those keys. Ugh. This surely is good wine.
Gandalf spoke true as usual. A pretty fine burglar you make, it seems, when the time comes. I am sure we are all forever at your service, whatever happens after this. But what comes next?
Well, here is my plan. The elves fill empty wine barrels down the stream to a place called Lake Town.
Yes, I know that town.
Well, I thought maybe I could put you in the empty wine barrels.
We shall be bruised and battered to pieces, and drowned too, for certain. We thought you had some sensible notion when you managed to get hold of the keys. This is a mad idea.
Very well. Come along back to your nice cells, and I will lock you all in again, and you can sit there comfortably and think of a better plan. But I don't suppose I shall ever get hold of the keys again, even if I feel inclined to try.
We're sorry, Mr. Baggins. We'll try your plan.
Then follow me at once. Very good. Now you are all in barrels.
I feel like I'm suffocating. There aren't many air holes. This is most uncomfortable.
Quiet! Here come the elves!
Ha ha! Here's the old villain with his head on a jug. He's been having a little feast all to himself and his friend the captain. Shake him, wake him. You're all late. Here am I waiting and waiting down here. while you fellows drink and make merry and forget your tasks. Small wonder if I fall asleep from weariness. Save us, Galleon! You have stacked some full casks here instead of the empty ones. If there is anything in weight, get on with the work. Very well, very well.
Rolling down the hole. Heave ho, splash pump. Down they go, down they bump. The lonely mountain. I've traveled far and through many dangers to see it, and now I don't like the look of it the least. I do hope I put the lids on tight enough. That must be Lake Town.
Hail, elves! We see you bring our empty wine barrels back.
I'm not so sure they're all empty. Some barrels are pretty heavy.
Haul the barrels to the shore, then you may come and feast with us.
Now you are all out.
Ah, yike!
Ow. Ooh.
I hope I never smell the smell of apples again. My barrel was full of it. Well, here we are. What's next?
I suggest Lake Town. What else is there?
Who are you, and what do you want? I am Thorin, son of Thrain, son of Thror, king under the mountain. I have returned. I wish to see the master of your town. Then come with us. I am Thorin, son of Thrain, son of Thror, king under the mountain. I return.
These are prisoners of our king that have escaped, wandering vagabond doors that cannot give any good account of themselves, sneaking through the woods and molesting our people!
Is this true? It is true that we were wrongfully waylaid by the Elven King and imprisoned without cause as we journeyed back to our own land, but lock nor bar may hinder the homecoming spoken of old, nor is this town in the Wood Elves' realm. I speak to the master of the town of the Men of the Lake, not to the raft men of the king. We have heard what you said. If you are indeed the king under the mountain, let us take up the old song. The stream shall run in gladness, the lake shall shine and burn, all sorrow fail and sadness at the mountain king's return. Thorin, we are glad to have you back. My hall is at your disposal. Enjoy your feast. Praise to Mr. Baggins. We are very proud of our burglar. Good old Bilbo.
Thank you very much.
We have had a grand time, but now it is time to return to the home of my ancestors. Your provisions are ready. Be off with you. Good luck on your quest. Thank you. We must first cross some fields before reaching the Lonely Mountain. At last, the Lonely Mountain. We must now defeat Smog and take back what is rightfully ours. Let's search for the secret door.
Billy and Killy searched all of yesterday for the secret door, but to no avail.
I think that's the secret door over there. You're right. Open ye door. It won't budge. We'll just have to wait here until something happens. How long will we have to wait here? What have we got left to eat?
Oh, just cram.
How long will we have to wait here? How can we get in? It's just like what Elrond said. Stand by the grey stone when the thrush knocks, and the last light of Derwent's day will shine upon the keyhole. Thorin, the key, the key! Try it now before it is too late. The door's open.
Now is the time for our esteemed Mr. Baggins, who has proved himself a good companion on our long road, to perform the service for which he was included in our company. Now is the time for him to earn his reward.
If you mean you think it is my job to go into the secret passage first, O Thorin Thrain's son, Oakenshield, may your beard go ever longer. I might refuse. I've got you out of 2 messes already, which were hardly in the original bargain, so that I think I am already owed some reward. But 3rd time pays for all, as my father used to say. Perhaps I've begun to trust my luck more than I used to in the old days. But anyway, I think I will go and have a peep at once, and get it over. Now who is coming with me?
I will certainly go with my dear friend Mr. Baggins. This is as far as I will go. Good luck.
Thank you. Now you are in for it at last, Bilbo Baggins. Dear me, what a fool I am. I have absolutely no use for dragon-guarded treasures, and yet the whole lot could stay here forever and ever, if only I could wake up and find this beastly tunnel as my own front hall at home. If I do this, it will be the bravest thing I have ever done. I must.
Well, thief, I smell you, and I feel your air. I hear your breath. Come along, help yourself again, there is plenty and to spare.
No, thank you, O Smog the Tremendous. I did not come for presents. I only wished to have a look at you, and see if you were as truly as great as tales say. I did not believe them.
Do you now?
Songs and tales fall utterly short of reality.
You have nice manners for a thief and a liar. You seem familiar with my name, but I don't seem to remember smelling you before. Who are you, and where do you come from, may I ask?
I come from under the hill.
That doesn't sound so credible.
I am a battle rider.
So you are from Lake Town. You and your people will die.
What's taking Mr. Baggins so long?
Here he comes. Cheers for Mr. Baggins.
I thought you got consumed by smog.
Ah, you have brought back the chalice of my uncle. It's Smog!
Get in the mountain!
Your people shall see my vengeance!
This breeze is strangely warm for autumn. It's the king under the mountain. The dragon is coming, or I'm a fool. Cut the bridges! To arms! To arms! You shall die! When he flies over, fire! 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 What shall we do about the fire? Ignore it! There's a hollow in Smog's left breast. Black Arrow, you are special to me. Go now and speed well.
It's been some time. I think we should have a look around.
I agree. It's our treasure. I remember these necklaces. Arm yourselves! We must not let Smog get the treasure back.
What a gem. I think I'll take it. I don't think the dwarves will mind.
Hail Thorin, king under the mountain! Now we must hurry to the front gate. It's Thror's room. It's the front gate. Someone's coming! Who are you that come armed for war to the gates of Thorin, son of Thrain, king under the mountain? Hail, Thorin! Why do you fence yourself like a robber in his hold? We are not yet foes, and we rejoice that you are alive beyond our hope. Who are you, and of what would you parley? I am Bard, and by my hand was the dragon slain and your treasure delivered. Smog destroyed the dwellings of the men of Esgaroth. Do you have no thought for the sorrow and misery of our people? Nothing will we give, not even a loaf's worth, under threat of force. I will not parley with armed men at my gate, nor at all with the people of Elven King, whom I remember with small kindness. In this debate they have no place. Be gone now, ere our arrows fly, and if you would speak with me again, first dismiss the elvish host to the woods where it belongs, and then return, laying down your arms before you approach the threshold. Consider well the claims that have been urged, or be declared our foe. At the least he shall deliver 1/12 portion of the treasure unto Bard, as the dragon slayer, and as the heir of Girion. Since such is your answer, I declare the mountain besieged.
It is mighty cold. I wish we could have a fire up here, as they have in the camp.
It is warm enough inside.
I dare say, but I'm bound here till midnight.
But it is long since I watched, and I will take your turn for you, if you like.
You're a good fellow, Mr. Baggins, and I will take your offer kindly.
Off you go. I will wake you at midnight, and you can wake the next watchman.
I'm tired.
I must go quickly.
Who are you? Are you the dwarf's hobbit?
I am Mr. Bilbo Baggins, companion of Thorin, if you want to know. Bard will remember me. And it is Bard I particularly want to see.
Indeed.
I will make you an offer.
Let us hear it.
You may see it. It is this. This is the Arkenstone of Thrain, the heart of the mountain, and it is also the heart of Thorin. I give it to you. It will aid you in your bargaining. Anyway, I'm going back now, and the dwarves can do what they like to me. I hope you'll find it useful. Bilbo Baggins, you are more worthy to wear the armor of elf princes than many that have looked more comely in it. Thank you very much. Really, I must be going, and quickly. Bomber, wake up.
Thank you, Mr. Baggins.
Another army approaches from the north. It is my cousin Dane. Well, Thorin, are you still of the same mind? My mind does not change with the rising and setting of a few suns. Is there then nothing for which you would yield any of your gold? What of the Arkenstone of Thrain?
That stone was my father's and is mine. Why should I purchase my own? But how came you by the heirloom of my house, if there is need to ask such a question of thieves?
I gave it to them.
You miserable hobbit! You undersized burglar! By the beard of Durin, I wish I had Gandalf here! Curse him for his choice of you! May his beard wither! As for you, I will throw you to the rocks! Stay! Your wish is granted! If you don't like my burglar, please don't damage him. Put him down and listen first to what he has to say.
Take it that I have disposed of my share as I wished, and let it go at that.
I will, and I will let you go at that. Be down to your friends.
What about the gold and silver?
That will follow in due time. Until then, we keep the Arkenstone.
Farewell.
Be off! Not so hasty. We will give you until tomorrow. At noon we will return, and see if you have brought from the hoard the portion that is to be set against the stone. If that is done without deceit, then we will depart, and the elf host will go back to the forest. In the meanwhile, farewell. I am Dane, son of Nain. We are passing through this way, so make way or we will fight you. Fool, let the battle commence. Notch arrows! Form ranks! Spears up! Shields out! Prepare for battle! Charge! Halt! Halt! Dread has come upon you all! Alas, it has come more swiftly than I guessed. The goblins are upon you! Bolg of the North is coming, O Dane, whose father you slew in Moria! Behold, the bats are above his army like a sea of locusts. They ride upon wolves, and wargs are in their train. Men of Lake Town, elves of the wood, Dane of the Iron Hills, today you must have extraordinary courage. My men, you stood with me to the end, battling Smog. Today, you will all wield that strength. Fight with me. We shall fight as one. Forward! Thranduil! Dane! Do not lose hope! Charge with your cavalry! Fall back to the arm of the mountain! Fall back!
This is terrible.
Mark! Fall back inside the mountain! Fall back!
Our cause is hopeless. The goblins are too numerous.
Charge out with me. Charge out and face them. Yes! Yes! The king under the mountain shall charge with his dwarves. One last time. Yes! Let this be the hour when we fight together. Fight with strength, honor, and courage. Yes! Forward, men, elves, and dwarves of Durin! Toward Belfort! The eagles have come! Our king! Psst. Ah! Killy! Ah! Our king has fallen! Charge! Charge! Bring him back to the mountain! The goblins are retreating! Victory! We have victory!
Ugh, my head.
Who is it that speaks among the stones?
It's me, Bilbo Baggins, companion of Thorin.
It is well that I have found you. You are needed, and we have looked for you long. Are you much hurt?
A nasty knock in the head, I think, but I have a hard skull. All the same, I feel sick and my legs are like straws.
I will carry you back inside the mountain. Well, I never. Alive after all. I am glad. I began to wonder if even your luck would see you through. A terrible business, and it nearly was disastrous. But other news can wait. Come, you are called for. Hail Thorin! I have brought him. Farewell, good thief. I go now to the halls of waiting to sit beside my fathers until the world is renewed. Since I leave now all gold and silver, and go where it is of little worth, I wish to part in friendship from you, and I would take back my words and deeds at the gate.
Farewell, King Under the Mountain. This is a bitter adventure if it must end so, and not a mountain of gold can amend it. Yet I am glad that I have shared in your perils. That has been more than any Baggins deserves.
No! There is more in you of good than you know, child of the kindly West. Some courage and some wisdom blended in measure. If more of us valued food and cheer and song above hoarded gold, it would be a merrier world. But sad or merry, I must leave it now. Farewell.
Gandalf, feeling killy?
Gone as well.
Gandalf, how do things like this happen?
All things work out for the best, although we do not always see it. Mr. Baggins, we dwarves will always be your friends.
My axe is there to defend you.
You've been a real pip on our journey.
I've never tasted better food than yours.
I agree.
You have been a fine companion, and I am deeply grateful for your friendship.
Your sensitive heart touches us. You're a courageous hobbit. If I wasn't needed here, I would come and stay in this shire near you.
Thank you so much. I am very fond of you all as well.
Now come the days of Dane, king under the mountain. May they be blessed.
Hail Dane,
King under the mountain! Now let us feast.
Let's take the victory!
Now I must say something to you all. I am returning home, and am very grateful for all you have done for me. Farewell, Balin, and farewell, Dwalin, and farewell, Dori, Nori, Ori, Oin, Gloin, Biffer, Boffer, and Bomber. May your beards never grow thin. Farewell, Thorin, Oakenshield, and Filly and Killy. May your memory never fade.
Goodbye and good luck wherever you fare. If you ever visit us again, the feast indeed shall be splendid. Mr. Baggins, are you ready?
Quite ready, Gandalf.
So I made it through after all, Gandalf, though we did lose some of our companions. Oh, poor Thorin.
Mr. Baggins, your coming through even surprises me. I see you've only taken 1 sack of treasure.
Ah, yes, it's all my pony can carry. My tale is over.
You don't realize that you are starting an adventure for your nephews who are not yet born. So your tale is only beginning. There is the Shire.
Mr. Baggins is back?
I guess so. Bilbo, does this look familiar?
My home. I am home. So my tale ends, there and back again. Someone at the door. I wonder who it might be.
Balin, at your service.
My old friends. Come in, come in. Would either of you like tea?
No, thank you.
Oh, Balin, remember the time I saved you from the spiders?
Yes, and I remember the time you put us in those silly barrels. I thought I was going to die. Bard has rebuilt the town and dale, and men have gathered to him from the lake and from south and west, and all the valley has become tilled again and rich, and the desolation is now filled with birds and blossoms in spring, and fruit and feasting in autumn. The old master came to a bad end, but the new master is of wiser kind, and very popular, for of course he gets most of the credit for the present prosperity. They are making songs which say that in his day the rivers run with gold.
Then the prophecies of the tales have turned out to be true after a fashion.
Of course. And why should they not prove true? Surely you don't disbelieve the prophecies because you had a hand in bringing them about yourself. You don't really suppose, do you, that all your adventures and escapes were managed by mere luck, just for your sole benefit? You are a very fine person, Mr. Baggins, and I am very fond of you. But you are only quite a little fellow in a wide world, after all.
Ha ha, thank goodness.